Hello and welcome to Liam's Lockpad. What we're on today, Tuesday. Just a bit of an update of what's been going on, why I've not been on, and a little history lesson type thing. First of all, sorry I've not made a lock for over a block. No, not made a video for over a week. You know, I do try to make it weekly at the moment because I'm just so busy, but for the last 4 days, you know, I've been having some dental surgery and I've had 2 teeth removed on one side, so I feel like my face has been kicked in with a steel toe cap boot. If you've had a tooth out, you'll know what I mean. I've had 2 at the same time, right next to each other, so don't have give me some grief. And it's just not been in the mood for some serious picking. I do apologise. You know, I've got a lot of subscribers out there who've been waiting for me to make a video, and I am sorry. And I've got a lot of you know, people have messaged me and emailed me asking if I'm alright and everything, and you know, it's making you know, I've been looking and thinking, you know, but getting really stressed out because I've not made a video so long. It does bug me when I don't make one. You know, it's not that I feel like I have to, but you know, I've been in this community for a long time now, over 3 years, and I feel guilty if I don't make a video. But that's just my nature. Anyway, so that's where I've been at the moment with my face ache. That's what I've got at the moment. But what I'm going to do is, it's more about when I started this, picking. Some people won't agree with this, but you know, everyone has their own opinion. But you see, this is how I started. See, there's some people out there who are just naturally great at picking, and even security locks very, very early on. And some people don't know where to start. So this video is for some of those people who don't know really where to start. And so, like I say, some people disagree about some of these locks, but at the end of it, these locks, what I've got in front of me, are the ones that learnt me how to pick. And I can pick, you've seen me, I've done high security locks, I've done, you've seen me do, I've done Medicos, Asas, Evas, loads of Abus. What else have I done in high security locks? I've done all sorts. Scandinavian ovals. You see me do challenge locks, multi-locks. But when I first started, I bought cheap Chinese pick set, and people go, nah, well, do you know what? The cheap Chinese pick set, and for me it's the, give me 1 second, let me find some, and I'll show you. I had to go hunting for my roll case that I got from William Mansell. There it is, that's my roll case one, with all different ones in there. Of my good buddy Tom Foxy. So yes, I've even got one in here. This is my kit that I sometimes take out, but I'll show you one. People say, nah, but you know what? This is how I started. I bought these set, the cheap Chinese spring steel ones. I think they cost me about £6. Not even that, for a full set in a little fake leather case. This is one of the hooks I still own, and I actually still use this hook, and it still works well. This thing has got me in lots of locks. All I did was plastic dip the handles just to give them a bit of a better feel. But yeah, I started with these. No fancy picks, no fancy commercial picks, no home brews or anything like that. I started with these, and I got one of these. Now, I didn't learn to pick. Picking one of these, anyone can pick one of these. It's so easy. This is good when you're starting because this is a good visual representation of what's going on inside a lock. Now, this has a fishbone core. You can see those lines, they're chunks cut out. That's a bad core, that, because if you try to cut locks with cores like this, all your pins drop in, cores locked up, the lock's ruined, gone. But for a visual aid, it gave me an idea what was going on inside the lock, where the shear line was, what the key pins were doing, and what the drivers were doing. Once I got an idea of what was going on, then I moved on to things like this. So you get like the tricircle, 264. I think these are a great little lock to think for a Chinese lock. These are the better ones, I say. The cores are not too bad. They can be come with some savage bitting as well. But this gives you if you turn them this way, cores practically the same size. You can tell this is solid brass and this is cheapo stuff, but it gives you a visual representation of where the shear line is, where your drivers are, and your key pins and that and everything. It you know, gives you a bit of an idea. So they are useful for that type of thing. For practicing picking on and getting feel, no good. But for visually, yes. And then I went to things like this. This is a Sterling. This is a cheap British lock. Does work. It's brand new. I only bought it because it came with a silver marker. It was a love lock, but I wanted the silver paint pen. I didn't want the lock. But let's go to the old. See if I could pick it with my old stuff. So we got my original homemade tension wrench that I use all the time for practically everything. This thing has gone some mileage, and cheap spring steel pick. And the thing is with this, even though this is a Sterling, the drop pins are alright. Tolerance is not too bad because you get a really nice clear click with these. It does give you this quite clean and crisp as the pins go up. My dad's coming to have a nosy. What's the matter? Eh? I'll come and sort you out in a minute. Oh no, what? Give me a second. I have to concentrate. I know it's come off the window. One of our Halloween signs just fell off the window. You know what, I might have to... So I'll use this for master lock because, rightly if I remember, this thing has a really deep pin. I can't use that one on it because I had a deep hook that I snapped at the Chinese set. That was it because I turned it into a for tubular locks. But yes, that's all. These are cheap locks you get at Morrison's, but they have pretty good feedback. The pins, like I say, because they're so smooth and you feel them clicking really easily. And this one's giving me grief. Why would it give me grief on camera? Such an easy lock. But like I say, feedback doesn't help with having a face aching. I don't think it's because I've not picked in the hand for a while. Oh, no, just me. Oh, she's back in again. Okay, my picking skills have just fell out the window. I can't pick a Sterling, okay? Something's definitely wrong. Personally, it's just me. Oh, I know, where's he? Oh, too hot, me. I've eaten on most of the day as well. Right, come on, Leon. Not like some little cheap. There we go. It's just me. Just did it then straight away. 3 pins done. But yeah, they give some good feedback, and you know, they're not tolerances like, you know, an Abus real precision locks, but this is far better than something like this where the tolerance is just bad. With this, it's just a nice, clean, quick pick. And then I moved on from that, and I remember this is actually my original, very first Master Lock that I ever bought. I was so chuffed to buy this. It was only a fiver, aluminium, solid brass core. I certainly don't think there's no security pins in this. There generally isn't. Let's try with the Chinese one. Chinesium, I should say. Now, I used to slag off Master Locks, and to be honest, I don't know why. Some of them can be bad, but bad for security. You know, some of them can be picked in seconds, and Master Lock number 3, all you got to do is breathe on one of them, and it'll open. But there's lots of high security ones out there that are really good locks. You know, you got the Master Lock Pros and stuff like that. I think I've just overset one. That's what that is. The hook on this is not deep enough because this is not my original one. I definitely think that's what it is because I put a homemade pick in with a nice curve on the hook. So we've got a little bit of a turn on the core then. Definitely got turn on the core. I just got one daft little pin somewhere. I'm getting cramp, which makes it difficult. Well, let me just go and look out the window, see if I can see my picking skills, because I think that's where they've just gone. Give me a high security lock, no problem. Give me a easy lock and it just goes to, skill goes to bits, seems. There we go. It's just a case of 1, 2, 3. See, that was still a fun pick. It gave some good feedback. It gave me a fault set, a only tiny one. Double paw as well. Certainly no good for anything, but a bit of good fun. And then we move up. We got the Abus Classic 6540. Nearly everybody's had one of these. That's when I started to learn how to pick more security pins, as they generally come with spools and that, no matter what. A lot of Master Locks do, but a lot of cheap ones don't have any security pins in at all. These is more of a light tension thing once you get through them. And after I progressed from the Abus, I started doing the tighter keyways, which was the Yales. You get Yale Euros. And the cylinders, the keyway on these were, like I say, they're a little bit tight, but they generally always come with at least 2 spools no matter what. Anything really high security, you know, that's different, but the standard ones like this generally always come with about 2 spools. Some will come with more, but mostly in my experience it's been 2 spools. And then I jumped to these. Absolutely love these when I first started getting my first kick cylinders, because what it is, I pick lock in the orientation it would be in the door. So the Euro, the Yale is that way. A Euro will be this upside down. I can pick both ways, but it was these that learnt me how to pick top of the keyway. These are fantastic locks. This is a standard one. We're going to do a video on this one. I was going to play with it before, and it had loads of. It's not a challenge lock, but it had me in fault sets and everything. So I'm really curious to find out. And this is out my stock American lock drawer. But yeah, I learned, like I say, I learned to pick these. These were really love these locks. And like I say, they learnt me how to pick top of the keyway. 90% of my challenge locks are kick cylinders. Did a few Euros and I've done padlocks, but it's generally always been kick cylinders because I just love these locks so much and they're so great to make challenge locks from. And then after them, I went to my favourite locks of all, the American Level 100s. I got this one from Frosty. The very first one I think I ever got. It was a bit battered about, paint had come off, so I gave it a paint job. Comes with, as I call it, an F keyway. These have security. These have you have spools with serrations on them, and then you have serrated pins and very, very subtle clicks. Sometimes it can even feel like your pick has come off your pin and it's not. But light tension with these, it's all it is the actuator on these is sometimes you can actually pick this and not think you've done it because the actuators are quite stiff. You've got to be really light tension, but once you get to the open, it's actually fairly stiff to open, and you actually think you've not opened it when you have. I've done a video where I've sat there picking it for ages and didn't realise it was already open. But yeah, so like I say, some people might disagree, but the selection here is how I started. And like I say, you've seen me pick high security locks. And it all stemmed from that. And then it went up like this. 1 second. So, I'm sorry for the long video. It was just an explanation of where I've been. And I really wanted to show some newbies out there, you know, just starting, you know. Like I say, some people come to it naturally. Some people have to practice. I mean, I still practice on certain locks, you know. I know what's going on inside, but I still got to practice with it because it can be such a difficult pick. And they're all different. Most of them are different. But like I say, this was the selection that got me started, and it's how I progressed. So it's just a little video really about how I started. It might be completely different for you, but that's how I progressed. But yeah. Well, the next video I will do this, and I don't think I've ever done one. We'll do a stock kick, and I'll see if I can find the key for this. I've got other ones anyway if I don't, but I'm really curious to find out what's in this, because this had me in all different types of fault sets. And from what I see at the front, it's got stock drivers in, and it's no name on it, so it's definitely not a challenge lock. But yeah, so thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe. Bye. Don't forget to like.